So the last video that was on my personal kit, personal minimum amount of stuff that I take with me in my bag or my rucksack. Today I'm going to show you what I put in my canine kit. Now this will not have everything, and again, individuals have to adapt with what their personal needs are, the duration of time that you're going to go for, and type of dog you've got, and the location. So let's go check it out. So this is my canine kit. I've got it marked clearly as canine kit for easy access, or if someone else needs to access it, they can quite clearly see that it's for canines. It's in an old military surplus bag, and I do have some molly on the outside so I can attach some further items. Now this is only a day trip kit, so given that it's roughly for approximately 8 hours worth of a trip. So I'll take each individual item out and I'll show you what I've got. So first of all, I've got brightly coloured bandana. Now that I can use for attaching around my dog's neck or collar so I can spot them easily in bushland. I can also use it as a tourniquet, I can use it for cleaning them, I can also tie another one to it and use it on myself as a triangular bandage. I can use it on dogs as a bandage as well. I can cut it into strips and use it accordingly. Now this is a purple one, it's not red or orange, it's still easier to see in the bush attached to the dogs. But it's not red or orange because that's in my major kit, and that's mainly for signalling purposes. So, packet of 2 rawhides. Now, I take rawhides with me mainly for morale. It's also if I want to keep them occupied because I'm doing something, erecting a shelter, etc. That keeps them occupied. Sometimes I smear peanut butter in them and works a treat. Next I have a portable food/water bowl. It will hold liquids, and I can use that for both food and water. I just wipe it out after they've eaten and then I can fill it up with their water. Next is a roll of white electrical tape. Now that I can use for securing wounds and cuts depending on the severity of them on the animal or on myself. I can also use it for holding bandages in place, and if they've damaged their pads or their paws in any way, I can use it for that. I can also tie a bit around their collar and use it so I can spot them easier. So next is a tennis ball. Again, that's for morale. Small crate bandage for very minor injuries. I do have a dog first aid kit in my vehicle, however it is in my larger kit, so it's there when I need it. Packet of matches, just simply because it's an extra for my major kit. Opening up the main part of the pouch, in this section here I have can of dog food and a small bag of kibble. Now if you can see, that says 1 out of 4 and that says 2 out of 4. This is not a major meal for my dogs. This is only for when they're out and about and if they're feeling peckish. Usually it's a lunchtime meal, so I take that with me. A small towel for cleanliness and hygiene purposes for the dogs. Sometimes I can use it on myself as well. If it's wet weather or bad weather or they get dirty, I can clean them off just before we get into bedding or a tent, swag, or even back into the vehicle. Just keeps stuff a little bit cleaner. Very handy to have. 2 bottles of water. Now these are only 500 mils each. Dogs obviously go through a lot of water, so I'm constantly topping these up from my major water source, whether it be my Camelback or my canteens, my drink bottles. My vehicle's also got a water tank underneath it, so I can continuously refill them. So they're handy to have. Hairbrush, again, assists in cleaning. Muzzle and collar. Now these 2 items are very important, especially when it comes to protecting wildlife or protecting my animal from wildlife. This also helps if my dog has an injury and I need to pick them up and move them, because the natural instinct of a canine is to bite if they're in pain. It's a very handy thing to have. Also, what goes with that is my lead. Legal requirement to have a dog on a lead. If you're not on private property, you're not in a vehicle, and you're not in a Shire approved dog off lead exercise area. Legal requirement. So I've got that. Generally that just attaches to my muzzle. Sometimes I use the collar on its own, depending on my location. Last but not least, I have an old piece of belt. This again is to use as tourniquet. I can make an improvised collar if I need to, if the collar breaks, is damaged or is lost, and generally I can keep that. Now this bag has got rubber lining on the inside of it, no drainage holes, so I can use that to transport water if I need to. Also, the long shoulder strap that's on here, I can unclip that and use it as an improvised dog lead if I lose my main lead. So this is just my minimum kit that I take with me for a day trip. This is not for overnight, this is not for extended periods of time. Everybody's going to be individual and everybody's going to customize that. It also depends on your breed of dog, the size and the location that you're going to. So I hope this helps with setting up your own kit. A couple of little tips. In future I am going to make a more extended video, and it's going to have a lot more detail with stuff that I take with me for 2 or 3 day trips and bush treks. So there's my 8 hours or less dog kit, canine kit. Like as I said, I will make a larger kit and show you exactly what I put in that for extended periods of time. I hope that gives you a few ideas when it comes to taking your dogs out. Always check with the local shire and check with the governing body of where you're going within Western Australia to see if you can actually take dogs to that location.